Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Gorm.
So we've been covering these people from that guy with the glasses, Channel Awesome.
Yes.
We did one Kara a while ago. We did the Spoonie one recently. We talked about Nostalgia Chick.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
It, it seems like it just keeps getting worse.
yeah. And this one's not as bad, other than just how cringy it is. We got to talk about the Nostalgia Critic,
Oh,
because let's be honest. Although he was super popular, he was an internet degenerate
mm.
with his business practices and not being funny, like me.
The banana best show! Greatest is cooking! Hell yeah! The banana best show! Banana best show! Soaring the sink in the dog wall. Laughing at them cause we want the smoke. The banana best show!
Fame, you know, online
Hmm.
it's hard to do, especially
Yeah.
back in the day. But the person we're covering, not only was he able to do it, but shine and bring other people into the light of an alternate thing for YouTube using Blip TV. I'm
No.
talking about Nostalgia Critic. Now, I think a lot of people around our age that watch YouTube shit knows who this guy is,
Hmm.
and liked his shit because back in the day, YouTube was not how it is now. Uh, so we're gonna look at Metokur talking about the Nostalgia Critic. And this is all coinciding to one of the most fucked up things about this damn website that he created with his brother.
Ordinary, in pursuit of the unknown. It's about risk and reward, entrepreneurship, building a career in an entirely new genre of entertainment, distributed through a medium which was just then coming into its own. It's a cautionary tale about a man desperately trying to escape his own creation, of not wanting to be defined merely by that which he gave life to. The cost of such a decision, and the effect it would have on all his future endeavors. The story of that guy with the glasses is the story of the Nostalgia Critic. It's the story of Doug Walker.
Very creative way of quitting.
Very dumb.
No, I mean like yeah, but he already decided I'm gonna be a YouTuber or like
An internet
well
famous.
yeah, I'll be internet famous. Yeah.
With him, or you know somebody who is, and that's not surprising, given that he's been around now for nearly a decade.
More than that now.
So it's easy
Yeah.
Because he still makes
to
videos.
take for granted the position that he enjoys on the internet, even though it's one that he's worked many, many years at building up. Just a year ago, Doug released a video discussing YouTube and copyright and DMCA issues he and other creators were experiencing on the website.
On January 5th at 8:57 p.m., we got an email from YouTube saying that monetization and other account features have been disabled. 2 hours later, we were finally able to get into our account to see what apparently affected us. And we found out that we had a strike from Studio Ghibli, the Japanese company, not the American Disney part of it, Japan, against My Neighbor Totoro, the Disney December review of My Neighbor Totoro, which is completely in fair use.
And
And the one thing I do like about Nostalgia Critic, he was kind of trying to champion by not fighting it, but the whole fair use thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
It is fair use. However, um, people have lawyers.
Yep.
And what happens is if you get into a fair use trial, let's say Disney, they'll just bankrupt, like
Yeah.
bankrupt your ass.
They'll throw money at it until you're gone.
Continuous until you have nothing.
it's fitting, it's a full circle from where he began, because back in 2007, it's a similar situation he found himself in, where every single video he would put up was pulled down via copyright, even his attempts at circumventing this by
And they were copyright because it wasn't
Transformative.
transformative.
Yeah.
It was like a 5-second clip.
creating multiple channels to host each video individually failed. And so that was the germ of the idea. It was the impetus for him going forward and creating his own website. It was around this time that he encountered Mike Machad and others who were working on Channel Awesome. And the combination of that guy with the glasses through Doug Walker and Channel Awesome through Mike Machad would lead to what the website has become, and the recognition that the Nostalgia Critic has. With the Nostalgia Critic, along with the acquisition of various talents of different video styles and subjects of interest, a user base, a fan base would slowly
Yeah.
emerge. That coupled with smart marketing
Likar is still the most fucked up one. That fetish shit is. I mean, like
Yeah.
personally, he's not evil. It's just really weird.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
weird guy.
Yeah. Fucking. I just think of M&M's.
merchandising and ad deals, and a partnership with Blip would see revenues skyrocket. Even back as early as 2009, they were generating upwards of $20,000+ per month. Or put another way,
Wow.
$250,000 per year, which isn't bad for a website that
No.
only had been around for a few years at that. One thing to take into account when looking at that guy with the glasses during this time frame is that while social media did exist, while there were video sharing platforms, most
wasn't
people didn't strike out
standardized.
on their own. And of those
Because the
that
ads.
tried, a majority fell into obscurity, never garnering a dedicated fan base or a following. So the few that were able to accomplish this, such as Doug from That Guy with the Glasses, James from AVGN, or Tom and Craig from Screw Attack, tended to interact in one form or another.
I'm the fucking nerd. And there's this guy called
He looks so weird nowadays. If you look up the Angry Video Game Nerd,
Yeah.
he's balding so bad.
It's funny that all of those are still around in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know that he got into hot water for something.
Mhm.
Forgot what it was. So people aren't like the biggest fans of him anymore. And yeah, it's the same old shit over and over.
Yeah.
And like, he's even talked about like being like a father and all that stuff. Like that character is not the same,
No.
right? Same with the Nostalgia Critic. It was like, oh, he's playing an asshole. But then we find out he is an asshole.
called the Nostalgia Critic.
I remember it, so you don't have to.
And he's been talking about me an awful lot lately.
Can I look at like, do you see how fucking like old these videos were?
Yep.
Like this ain't HD.
The anniversary
No.
video.
I remember when this happened too. Like, all right, you have internet personalities
Mhm.
that they're characters. We all know this, with like their own separate dumb lore, and like they're fighting. It's like Freddy versus Jason,
Yeah.
but like online. It's like those creepypastas. Like, oh, it's Jeff the Killer in Slender Man, until Hollywood ruined it.
The first anniversary
That was
video
so
of the
cringe.
Big Brawl was a
Dude,
Do you-
we're gonna get into a pile of cringe.
Do, do you think they recorded that and was like, yeah.
Well, my fans like it when when we talked that one time, and I just continuously did the nerd thing. It's like,
Yeah.
a cartoon. And back then, like, standards were different back then.
Yeah. No.
Like, I remember
100%.
I dressed up like Batman and did the whole Buffalo Bill dance with clothes on because it was a joke. Like, oh, it's a Dark Knight Rises. But that's cringy. Cringy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
low budget
But that's what we did back then to make people laugh.
affair. People showed up at a hotel and filmed it over the course of a few days. AVGN,
And no, I can't find the video, so I can't.
Doug Walker, and assorted personalities from the website all took part. And its atmosphere and mood is very indicative of the early content you would find on the website. In fact, the majority of the anniversary videos begins to show a shift in format. And by looking at these anniversary videos, this first one and the 3 subsequent ones that followed, you begin to see a transition take place.
Yeah, more cringy and oh my god.
A shift in Doug's mindset about what he wants for the website and what he wants for himself going forward.
And that brings up a valid point, right? So I know this, and you know this, Mikey,
Mhm.
that some people may watch us for our personality and shit, but we know it's what we're covering is what people are watching. That's what they're here for,
Right.
not us. Us is like maybe. I mean, I know Banana Bear Republic likes us and stuff, but it's the content that we're talking about that brings them in.
Yeah.
Okay. If you lose that fucking mindset, that's when the cringe happens. When you think they're just going to watch because it's your video,
Yep.
you could never have that mindset. But Doug Walker, oh God, he didn't read the room.
When looking at the initial first-year anniversary video, you get the idea of a guerrilla mindset of people coming together and through whatever means they can trying to produce something they think is spectacular. It's got a very amateur feel to it. This is when everybody is very new to it. Nobody's jaded yet. Nobody has an ego yet. And you can see that in the interactions behind the scenes over the course of filming.
Sweet little innocent little Miss Game that gets punched in the face by Spoonie.
People love that. People love it when the innocent girl gets kicked in the face.
Foo! Root Smoots, we are here to rumble! Foo! Root Smoots Nation, we are here to rumble! Foo!
That's Spoonie.
Oh yeah, Root Smoots, baby, we are here to rumble!
That's right, Spoonie.
Oh, I hate you!
That was so good.
They're having
The
fun.
shift between the first
Yeah.
anniversary video, the big brawl, and the second anniversary video, Kick-Assia, is a noticeable one.
It's so weird because I never watched this.
I did. And I didn't like it back then. Like, I get it. Like, because they have personalities, gimmicks, per se, Mikey. And they're just showing off the gimmicks. However, half the people on that guy with glasses, nobody fucking watched.
Can I just say that is a creepy still you stopped it on?
I know that
I have never seen Angry Joe look that crazy.
we didn't cover Angry Joe, like I said, and we're not probably going to do it because, like, it was more or less just how dumb he was.
Yeah.
He still does the cringy stuff, but his content is very much more like he doesn't beg. Like it was he tried doing a charity thing. Like you can't like bitch about that, right?
Right.
But it still out of everybody, like I said, he's the one that like kind of scaped by.
Yeah. He was the only one I actually knew of other than Angry Video Game Nerd.
Well, obviously, because when we did our website, you were doing the video games.
Yep.
You know, the comic book guy that they had was Linkara.
Ooh.
I didn't watch him because I fucking didn't like him.
And it's with Kick-Assia that the problems begin to manifest themselves, because it's indicative of what's going on with the Nostalgia Critics videos and those of the assorted personalities on the website. While it's true that production values are higher, they are beginning to lose the plot on what appeals to the viewership and the user base of the website.
Like I said, the shit that they cover, like you watch the Nostalgia Critic because he's making fun of Batman and Robin,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, The Room, or something like that. It's not himself.
Right.
It's just the extra frosting on the cake, right?
He's putting
just-
something together that the people who like that stuff like.
Yeah, and you can't just eat frosting, or you'll die.
And this transition continues onward into Suburban Nights, with each video being less and less focused on the content creator and more focused on absurd plots, skit comedy, and secondary characters. And what exactly do I mean by skits? Well, now is as good a time as any to really discuss what happened to the Nostalgia Critics videos, what we see represented in these anniversary videos, and a man who seems to want to run away from himself. When you look at the early Nostalgia Critic
It's kind of like if we said, "Hey, Mikey, when we cover these locales and shit, we're gonna have like a side plot to bring up like the, oh, we're in space," or you know what I
Oh.
mean? Like, I don't know, maybe something
Oh.
retarded like that.
Oh no, Cora, my window broke. I'm getting sucked out a window.
Oh no! My green screen would have like computer monitors. I'm actually an evil genius. No, no, it's like that. Or
Wow.
you like, we'd make a video and it won't be about anything but us talking. Like, there's no point. Nobody would watch it. Nobody would
No.
give a fuck because they're here for the cows.
videos. What you'll see are cutaway gags where he'll take 5 to 10 seconds to do a joke related to the video that he's reviewing. An example of that would be this.
Waiting for her downstairs. You spidery broad, I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
I like to call this Family Guy humor.
Yeah.
I did this in reviews, but how I did it was I couldn't show the footage because I was on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you do something, you talk about it, and then you just reference something, cut to clip of like something, some type of animation. right? That's how YouTube was.
Yep.
Now you just upload the clip of the joke about the thing you're talking about on the shorts.
No hard feelings.
And while you may not find it funny, while it may not appeal to you, it was short in duration. It didn't interrupt the flow of the video itself. However, as time goes on, we begin to see less and less cutaways and more skits. And the difference is a cutaway would last 5 to 10 seconds, whereas a skit could last upwards of 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, shitty CGI one.
Christ, is this what people think of when they hear the Chipmunks movie?
Yes.
With the emergence of skits, it became less and less focused on making fun of the video itself, on mocking the movie, or about the Nostalgia Critic character, and more focused on Doug trying his hand at writing comedy. For fans of the videos, this was annoying because you went from a 5 to 10 second interruption that fit in the context of the video review itself, to multiple 2 to 3 minute interruptions that completely ruin the flow of the video. And it's this change in format and change in vision for what the future of the website would
And nobody knows who the fuck these people are.
Yeah, I'm so glad that he muted that skit. I did not want to sit through that 2-minute thing.
be that would lead to a disastrous decision that would have implications for years to follow. When looking at the Google Trends, you see a sharp increase all the way up until the end of 2012, where every related search term suddenly bottoms out, and that corresponds directly to the 4th anniversary video, to bold.
Do you know what happened in the 4th video?
I do not.
Oh. Well, this dumbass, well, like, let's say that you are known for creating pie.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden you said, you know what? I'm not making pie anymore. I'm making chicken. What the fuck do you think people are going to be like, well, the fuck you then?
Leafly, which I kid you not, has a runtime of 3.5 hours. Now, it's not the video itself that's so awful.
It's bad.
3.5 hour video?
Yeah.
Of their stupid skits?
Yeah. Yeah. And with a plot that is fucking dumber than shit, man. Like, they're trying to work in people's gimmicks, but let's be honest. When you went to that guy with glasses, you probably went to see the Nostalgia Critic and somebody else. Not everybody.
No.
Right? So when you have a fucking runtime and then you introduce a guy, you're just like, who the fuck's it? Who's he? I know Linkara, but I don't know that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that
I mean,
guy right there.
It's just like the modern Marvel movies. It's like when they start throwing people out there, it's like even those, you're just like,
there's a difference though. Like they're still superheroes. These people are fucking think of the most liberal fucking pretentious fucking assholes, but they're not film critics. They're online film critics. There's a difference.
I know. I'm trying to relate it to something now versus, I mean, this is them.
Yeah.
This is Marvel and actor. I know there's a huge difference, but it's also kind of on the same parallel.
I get you.
A little bit.
The guy on the right there, that's the cinema snob, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite people. Out of everybody, I got to tell you, like, I don't watch his stuff anymore because I don't think he's on the Blow anymore. But like, you can totally tell he was on Blow, fucking just making fun of like extremely niche shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking Cannibal Holocaust. And he was the character that he was playing was somebody that would be like a film critic.
Yeah.
Like that likes like, you know, artsy fartsy shit. And he's watching like video nasties.
Yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because you can tell he's on coke. Obviously, especially when he loses all that weight.
Awful. That's responsible.
And if everyone knows Cinema Stop, you know what I'm talking
for
about.
that decline. But what came at the end of the video and the related follow-up that Doug himself put up.
Okay. The big question, obviously, on everybody's mind after seeing that is this it for the Nostalgia Critic? Is that it that we're not going to do anymore, that I'm going to hang up the coat, we're not going to do any more weekly reviews? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is.
And it's at this point that everything goes
That's fair.
off the rails, because this is when Doug decides to kill the Nostalgia Critic. This is when he decides that he wants to be more than what he is known by. He wants to escape his character and to do new, interesting things. The only problem is, he is terrible at it. Whereas the beginning of the website from 2008 until 2012 saw a steady increase, everything from this point onward is a steady decrease.
So just imagine you are making pies,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why people go there and like you have other bakers putting their like goods there is because people are coming for the pies.
Yeah.
But like, oh, they get the pie and they see like, oh, there's a donut from that guy, so they're gonna pick that up. So people are relying on Nostalgia Critic to go to that fucking website, that guy with glasses, and then he kills it off. So no one's gonna go.
Yeah,
They're
he
not gonna go
literally
for the sub people.
he just starts pooping on the conveyor belt. He's like boop boop boop.
Yeah. Instead of the pies, we're gonna make the pizzas, and everyone's like, but I make donuts. And no one's eating your pizzas. And they're like, oh well, whatever.
And that marked change is directly related to Doug wanting to be a comedy writer.
What is demo reel? Well, how do
Nobody cares.
You got movies, old and new, low budget and big budget, appealing to all sorts of different audiences. And as great as all these movies are, in all
And by the way, if you are wearing a fedora and you're not Freddy Krueger, stop.
humbleness, we can do it better.
Now,
So
That's-
his whole concept, Mikey, was that fucking movie, Be Kind, Rewind. I think Jeff Black was in it. Basically, it was like, oh, they don't have like the movies, like RoboCop, so they would remake it, but it was like shitty.
What?
That was his concept, to remake movies. in a shit way.
Wow.
It just screams. Nope.
try to envision yourself as a fan of the Nostalgia Critic. You religiously watch his videos week after week, but over the course of years, you notice that it becomes less focused on mocking a video, less focused on the Nostalgia Critic character, and more focused on these skits. Until one day, all of a sudden, on the 4th anniversary of the website, he tells you he's going to kill the character and instead make a skit comedy show, not at all related to the Nostalgia Critic, not at all related to the character that you had been watching for almost half a decade. And this was something that Doug was very enthusiastic.
So this is something that happens even today. Like, there are people who get tired of doing their normal content, but you know what they do? They create a new channel.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, here's my second channel. I do this stuff over here.
Mhm.
That's kind of a casualty of the time, because they were kind of pioneers in this. And he made a grave mistake. A grave mistake.
Yeah, he didn't read the room.
No.
About. He was going to put more effort and time into it. He was going to use a studio to film it.
Hey guys, Doug Walker here. Welcome to the premiere of Demo Reel. Just wanted to give you a little information about the show and how it's going to work. Unlike Nostalgia Critic, that was every 1 week, this is going to be every 2 weeks because it takes a little bit more time because it's more than just a guy in front of a white wall.
So what was the end result of all that effort? How did this new vision turn out?
I'm the ghost with the most, baby.
Hey, Casper! I'm the friendliest ghost to ever!
Eat your soul.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh my god, Ghost Dad.
That's right.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Wow.
I'm so cool, and I'm here to say no inflection in your voice is a-okay. With the leak of shadows, I'll make Gotham fall. I have several identities, all of them dull.
I am Harvey Dent, and my face is bent. My evil motivation makes little sense. I was a nice guy, but now I'm deranged, determining my future on the back of change.
And at the time, people weren't
That was
afraid to
the
tell him
worst Harvey
so.
Dent.
Website after website
Yeah.
after website all echoed the same opinion. This is pure shit. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. We want the Nostalgia Critic back. We went from a entertaining show mocking bad movies to a skit comedy show that spent half the time in black and white talking about how funny they were going to be, and the other half in color not
No.
being funny at all. To
They
say it was
didn't.
disastrous would be an
they recorded themselves in black and white talking about what they were going to do.
Mm-hmm. Like it's like a reality show.
That's like the worst thing you could do at that time.
Yeah.
That was, man. Okay. That's horrible. Why would you come up with that idea? Why did he think he was groundbreaking like stuff?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that makes me embarrassed for him, man.
Understatement. It was catastrophic for the website. If you recall from earlier the figures I'd quoted about taking in $250,000 per year back in 2009, and then the Google figures which showed a massive drop in trending, you begin to get a better idea of just how bad this really was. It was so bad, in fact, it was time to go to Indiegogo.
Oh, hello. I'm Doug Walker.
No.
You might know me as star, editor, writer, and director of such shows as The Nostalgia Critic. And I work for Channel Awesome, who also put me in shows like Sibling Rivalry, Bum Reviews, Video Game Confessions, and of course our anniversary films. We've also specialized in having other producers come together and form their own shows. And while there's many shows we're currently working on right now, one of them could use your help.
At this point, he sounds almost dead inside.
Yeah.
And by help, I mean money.
So with Demo Reel being a complete abject failure, and the Nostalgia Critic possibly being shelved forever, along with the decrease in site traffic, it was time to generate some revenue. What better means than crowdfunding? And so the Indiegogo was launched with a lofty goal of $50,000. And just how much of that were they able to raise? $90,000. I think Doug's reaction sums it up best.
Hi, Doug Walker here, and holy shit.
It's another case of people just throwing money at them.
Mm-hmm.
How do these people, how did they find success, lose success, get money thrown at you at your lowest point on an idea that sucks? How? Okay.
Beats me, Mikey.
This is insane.
I know.
I mean, holy shit.
And so just what was created with all of that money? It must be amazing content.
Oh, no.
It must blow Demo Reel out of the water. This time, Doug is going to get it right.
All right, catch those fish, boys. I would ask if this is the cheap dollar store version of this game, but I can't honestly remember what the original version was called. Magnet fish. That's what it's called. All right, now, just remember, this is Miss Stockholm's dinner for the night.
I'm not kidding you. That is...
Metokur. Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah. That didn't fucking cost that much money.
You raise over and you come out with that.
The show they created using the money raised from Indiegogo on a stage that was already pretty much completed with all of the props already pretty much assembled. As to where that $90,000 went, I think when you look at the data points I raised earlier, it's fairly obvious it went to living expenses, because clearly it did not go into the quality of this show.
Bag 'em, General Anesthetic. There you go. Welcome, my friends, to Pop Quiz Hotshot. You are my friends, aren't you? Yes, just nod or else I'll do something terrible to you. There you go, there you go. Yes, you know, I gotta say, I don't usually do this. I don't usually kidnap people and hold them against their will. But, you know, I just gotta say, ever since I was a child, well, I think nostalgia, I think happy thoughts. But when I think of childhood, this little nerve goes off because I didn't have that many friends. But you're my friends now.
Within a short amount of time, Doug
Not even funny.
would go back to doing the Nostalgia Critic full time. But the damage was already done. The story of that guy with the glasses, the story of Doug Walker, is an interesting one. It's a man who created a personality online that grew up to enormous popularity, but somebody who was also dissatisfied with that. He didn't want to be typecast as that. He wanted to run away from his own creation, even at the detriment of his own success, even when it bombed his numbers. And rather than give in and go immediately back to what was successful, he would try and try again.
Yeah.
He just ran and ran and ran.
By the way, only one episode of that happened.
One?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. because everyone was like, "Fuck you," and it got like 97,000 views at the time of Metokur's video on YouTube. Now,
Why?
now you're probably thinking to yourself, "Man, horrible businessman guy."
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But he wasn't the only one in Channel Awesome. They mentioned the other guy's name, Mike Miss something.
Yeah.
And I don't know when we're going to cover it next, but the next part of this, that guy with the glasses or Channel Awesome thing is the channel Not So Awesome, which will introduce the horrible business practices of them, which is kind of funny because like it was like slave labor, I guess. At those like anniversary things. And it brings to light an actual like piece of shit that self-deleted, and then it was kind of shown that they groomed people. So look forward for that. There's only, I guess, one more of these, and then I don't have to talk about Channel Awesome ever again.
Nope, and we'll put it in a playlist for you all to watch from beginning to end. So, and with that, we'll call this an episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, show the video some love, share the video with anybody and everybody, all your friends, all your enemies, you know. Join as a member, and you can vote in our member polls on what we're going to cover next sometimes. And go to the merch shop. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Andy Dick screaming his boo-filled cries. Cyrex covered in scabs with bedbugs lies. The Banana Bear Show! Subscribe and buy a t-shirt. Local coverage makes you laugh till it hurt. The Banana